This is Todd McAteer with Cry-Like Realty. Today we're going to be doing an old Southern classic, beef liver and onions, and I guarantee you you'll love it. It's going to have onions and white gravy. So we're going to cut away and begin making this dish very soon.
And one last ending. Go ahead and give us a
So here we go with our beef, liver, and onions. We're just going to kind of chop this here onion up. Kind of get that right out of there. And then we're just gonna kind of cut the onion up a little bit if we don't stab ourselves. And that's fine, but this is not the longest version of this that you could use. We're gonna go ahead and turn the stove on. Like I said, this is a version that gets you in front of a plate of food pretty quick. So we're just gonna put some Wesson in there. Quick little update, we've got our beef liver and onions going. The onions are already cooking some because the liver, you hit it like 90 seconds, 2 minutes per side before you go into the gravy making process and everything. So you want the onions to be, pretty well partially cooked by then. Listen to that sizzle. First we got garlic pepper seasoning from McCormick, California style, which has red bell pepper and garlic and black pepper. Something that I did not know before. McCormick seasonings really are vastly superior to anything else. It doesn't have any fillers or nonsense. I was surprised because I always thought the generics were just as good, but they're not. Anyway, here we go. There goes a little garlic pepper seasoning. I'm gonna put a little Cajun seasoning. And some red pepper. And some black pepper. All right, so probably need a spatula, or at least a spoon. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the liver, a little bit of it on there. Might be an idea to do one piece at a time. And so to kind of fast forward, I've already got the third piece and I've already flipped it. Like I said, 90 seconds, 2 minutes per side. Because of the texture of it, it doesn't take long to cook it. This is what we got over here. We also got the onions, but there's the liver. And what we're gonna do is go ahead and pull this one out. Ooh, we need to turn that down. Let's turn that down, move that over here. All right, so now what we're gonna do is go back to this flour. Kind of stir it around. Anything that's clinging to the pan, that kind of stuff is delicious, so you want to get that off. Just kind of brown up our flour. soon that's going to be a real nice gravy. And at this stage, we might add a little more black pepper. A little bit more of that garlic stuff. A little more Cajun seasoning. There's a little more ground cayenne pepper. Then, I'm gonna put in some parsley. So we're just kind of browning that along a little bit. They're editing in the next room, so you might hear me doing this. So now we're going to put some milk. I'm going to stir that up. Stir it up, oh my baby. All right, there we go. And what will happen is the milk will keep evaporating out of there, so you have to keep putting more milk. Okay, so it's not quite where we want it to be. A little bit more milk in there, and that's the way you make this gravy. You kind of keep putting a little bit more milk. I think at this point we'll just go ahead and put those livers back in there. All right, so here we go. And what you do at the end is just cook the gravy basically, because you're cooking that flour, so you don't have that floury taste. But that is pretty much how you do that. You can serve this with biscuits, cornbread, just anything. Of course, we did the green beans. They were microwaved. But we're just, trying to do a quick meal tonight. Today, we're going to show you how to make Tetley tea, unsweetened tea, in a 4 or 5 cup coffee maker. So what we're going to do is just put the water in there, pour it all over everything, and then we want to get a Tetley tea bag, decaffeinated of course, and it comes in a little disc like that, which fits perfectly in our little coffee maker. And so we'll turn that on, and in no time we'll have wonderful tasting tea. And so we're gonna wrap up this segment with the tea at the same time we wrap up this meal, because we have decided to go ahead and do some mashed potatoes. But what you do with the tea is you go over to the fridge and get some ice. go. All right, so we got a bunch of ice there, and we'll just pour the tea over the ice. And that's going to be delicious. But now, here's the green beans that we, easy side dish from the microwave. And now we're going to do the mashed potatoes. Anyway, here we go with the mashed potatoes. What we're going to do is just eyeball this. Kind of put in there about how much we're going to probably want to eat. And then we'll go ahead and put some water. It is better to just use, fresh potatoes and all that kind of thing. But I really think that instant potatoes are really good. And I always thought it was best to load them up with butter and everything. And you don't really need any of that. It's just, they taste good anyway. Just put a little pepper and they'll probably be pretty good. Let's put a little bit more water. All right, so we'll just microwave that. And it'll be a nice simple side dish for what else we got here, which is the beef liver and onions, which are warming up. And all I'm going to do with that is just get them nice and warm, and then we're going to sit down and eat. And so we're at that time where we just pull all our little bits together. The tea, self-explanatory. What we're going to do is go ahead and make a plate. We got mashed potatoes over here. So there's the finished product. Go ahead and pull that up here. Maybe a little more of that gravy. Then we got these green beans. Nice little serving of that. Then we got our mashed potatoes over here. So we want to put some of those in proximity to some of this gravy. All right, so that's looking good. And I kind of snuck one in on you there. The bread, the French bread. So we warmed that up in the oven, and so now we got that. And I kind of snuck the gravy in on you. The bread, we warmed up the French bread. So now we got gravy on that. So it's just totally a gravy fest. I'm sure you'll love it, and thank you and good night.